Well, hello everybody, and welcome back to The Wood Show. Brought to you by The Agency. Welcome, sports fans, Dodger fans, baseball fans, hockey fans, all of you fans, The Wood Show fans especially. I have news. We have a new member of The Wood Show. His name is Joe M. And another ardent fan. Joe had a watch party on FB. And he had like 100+ viewers. The original 6 thanks you. I thank you from the bottom of my bleeding blue heart, naturally. But we're not talking about the Dodgers. Dodgers didn't deserve to be in the World Series. I'm getting a little tired of long ball hitting. I'm getting a little tired of hitting home runs. The National League doesn't have the designated hitter. What's going on with little ball? You know, get a guy on, butt him over, let him steal a base, butt him over, and then pop up or fly ball to the outfield. It's a run. And it counts. And it could be the difference in the game. So, let's talk about the World Series. As Joey Brown said in the movie, Alibi Ike, he would call it the World Series. And one of the most memorable lines, he talked about his mother. He said, if it wasn't for my mother, I'd have no other. So everybody out there, you still have your mother, you tell her that, and she'll still love you. Guaranteed. Well, friends and fans, let's talk about the pitching in the World Series. I would like to start off with Max Scherzer. There's something about Max Scherzer that I need to address. And it reminds me of a song, and I have to take notes on this. This is a big show today. This song was the Grammy winner in 1981. It was co-written by Jackie DeShannon, and sung by Kim Carnes. And I'm just going to shorten it, So bear with me here, This is to the tune of Betty Davis Eyes. He's a pitcher. His name is Scherzer. He's got David Bowie eyes. David Bowie eyes. Indeed he does. One's brown, one is blue. Now, the difference between Bowie and Scherzer is that Scherzer had a congenital problem called heterochromia, which means he was born with the iris natural and one of the iris pigmented. So he has a blue and a brown. I mean, he could be a husky because it's quite common in dogs, especially huskies and Dalmatians. Now, the difference between Max Scherzer and David Bowie, he too, it was a congenital event. He didn't get it from a boyhood scrum in the schoolyard, as he would say, just to stop the conversation. But his was called anisocoria, which means that one eye is natural and the other eye is fully dilated. The other difference between the two, Bowie can't pitch. So there we go. And Scherzer did a good job. Washington Nationals were underdogs from the beginning. Even all the Washington people, you asked them, who do you want to see in the World Series? Because they were waiting. They, cleaned St. Louis's clock in 4 games straight. And they all said, oh, I want to play the Yankees. Because they know how volatile the Astros are. I mean, they got pitching, they got hitting. But guess what? The Nationals won. And it was a good game. And we're looking for the same thing today. So, I needed notes because I have a couple things we're going to do. Okay. For all of you people, I have, hey. Remember Soupy Says? He'd have it on a blackboard. Soupy Says. He'd have a slogan every day. I'll never forget this one. There's a couple of them. He said, don't bite your nails, especially if you're a carpenter. Good one. But even better yet, he said, be true to your teeth, and they won't be false to you. Double knee slapper. Oh, what's that? This just in. Just kidding. I also have back here, I've added a few things. I've got Drew Doughty's sweater from the Kings. I got an Anaheim Ducks shirt. I have over here the Venados from Mazatlan. And for all the old timers, Minnie Minoso played for the Venados, which is deer en Espanol. And I'll bring up something. I dated a lady from Mazatlan. Her father was the owner. Does that give me any cred? No. She was terrible. So that takes care of that. Any of you people that know me that met her, ha! Rightio! Okay. But Minnie Minoso, great. I think he ended up with the White Sox and had a fabulous career. And we have the Yakute Swallows, which is, yeah, right there. Japanese team, the Japanese Pro League. A name that you might be familiar with, Rex Hudler, was on the 1993 Japanese World Series championship team. And we all know what happened to Rex Hudler. He followed in the footsteps of a couple of Rolling Stones. Brian Jones in the late 60s got busted in Toronto for pot. So the Stones were banned from Canada. Well, finally, the Prime Minister's wife loved the Stones. Well, guess what? They let him back in. Guess who got busted? Keith Richards! Keith Richards got busted for pot. He didn't learn a lesson. So, there they go. Can't come back. Well, they finally talked him coming back in because the wife of the Prime Minister loved him. So they did a free benefit concert as their penance, and that was it. Okay? Rex? Okay. I don't know about Rex. He didn't learn either. He got popped. Lost his broadcasting job with the Angels. Had a podcast of his own, and I met him. He signed a Yakute Swallows hat for me because I've been to Japan. Got a Yakute Swallows jersey, in fact, from my friend. He brought me a jersey. I bought the hat while I was there. And he signed it, Rex Hudler. Busted for dope. No, he didn't. He signed it as a 93 Japanese Professional League world champions. So, got that going. Now, let's talk about today's game, folks. What do you think? You think the Astros are going to get enough together and say, hey, we got to do something? Because this format, home team advantage, 2, 3, and then 2 again? No. The baseball playoff format sucks. Well, there's things in baseball that sucks. The designated hitter, as far as I'm concerned, yeah, you know the word. So anyway, that's why I'm a National League fan. I'm rooting for Washington. Even though they got to use a designated hitter in the other park. That's the way it goes. You know, but I'm rooting for them. The other stuff I want to talk about with baseball. Holy Christ, in baseball, I tell you, why fix it if it's not broken? It's softball. Pitcher holds up 4 fingers, take a base. It's a walk. Intentional walk, no sense in throwing 4 pitches. Ridiculous. You want more? I've got more. All right. You want to hear it? No? Then let's move on. Okay, today's game. I can't remember who's pitching. I can't remember if it's gonna, who it's gonna be. I don't know, but it doesn't matter. It's gonna be a good game. I know that much. But I want to go back to baseball and talk about Manfred. The guy is a Trump. Oh, I'm sorry. There's no politics in this show. So we'll edit this out. Okay? You got that over there, director? We're going to edit that out. Anyway, Rob Manfred is destroying the game. Totally destroying the game. Anyway, let's go back to Little Ball. I would love to see Little Ball instead of this launching the home run. And what do? They're like pushing it by saying, oh, the launch angle and the miles per hour off the bat and, its arc and where it lands in distance. You know what? Again, it's like momentum. Momentum doesn't carry over to the next game with the winning team from the previous game. Momentum is game to game to game. That's it. So more of my complaints goes back to the playoff schedule. I think it's ridiculous that you take your 3 top teams in each division in each league. They deserve to be there. So why do you have the next 2 play to see who goes into the playoff rounds? I mean, it should obviously be the team that has the 4th best record. Now, if baseball thinks, well, we're going to lose money because that's an extra game. We have, they want to generate revenue. The heck with revenue. You make the first round 4 out of 7 instead of 3 out of 5. And that takes care of the problem. Just like the next one, 4 out of 7, World Series, 4 out of 7. And they should split it up like hockey does. You play 2, you play 2, you play 1, you play 1, you play 1. It's better. There's no advantage because let's say Houston loses the 2 games. They don't have home field advantage. Not really to speak of because all Washington has to do is win 2 out of 3 in Washington. And if anyone disagrees with me, you can send your letters and cards to The Wood Show, care of I Don't Give a Damn, to Anytown, USA, zip code 999999999. And for those of you who don't believe in it, 666. That would be fine with me. Well, folks, I welcome Joe M., Rick S., got you, buddy. And if anybody notices something in the back that doesn't belong, the first person that tells me, because they know my Facebook page, will win a prize, a unique prize. It could be related to sports. It more than likely will be. But yes, you'll be rewarded. So thank you, friends and fans of The Wood Show. Aurora, brought to you by All at Once, the agency. And I thank you for viewing and look forward to seeing you next time. And I'm sorry this one was so long, but I like talking. Love you all. We'll talk to you next time. This is Wood. Out.